There's a little orange box sitting in the back of your cabinet right now that costs about $1. And your grandmother knew something about it that you've completely forgotten. Because while that dollar box sits there, ignored, half stale, used once for a batch of cookies and shoved to the back, you keep walking into the store and handing over money. Money for the deodorizer, the scrubbing cleaner, the carpet powder, the stain remover, the expensive whitening toothpaste. A whole shelf of products, each promising to fix one little problem. And your grandmother handled every one of them with that single dollar box. I'm talking about plain baking soda. The stuff every kitchen used to have within arm's reach. The stuff your grandmother reached for without even thinking. Somehow, it got pushed to the back of the cabinet right around the time all those colourful, expensive single-purpose products showed up on the shelves and convinced us we needed one bottle for every job. Your grandmother would have laughed at that. Here's what she knew that you forgot. Baking soda can clean, deodorize, scrub, soothe and brighten things all over your home. And in a lot of cases it does the job better than the product marketed for that exact mess for a tiny fraction of the price. And by the time we get to number 4, you're going to understand exactly why your grandmother kept this box close and never trusted half the stuff under your sink. Number 2 is the one that solves a problem you've been quietly throwing money at for years. So stick around, because we're counting down 11 baking soda secrets your grandmother knew and you forgot. And number 7 is the one that's going to make you walk straight to your bathroom and check something. Let's get into it. Number 11. The fridge smell your grandmother never had. Let's start with the one you've half heard of, but probably do wrong. Open your fridge and take a breath. That funky, mingled smell. Last week's leftovers, the cheese, the onion, something you can't quite identify gone slightly off. It clings to everything. And worse, it gets into your food, making the butter taste like garlic and the milk taste like whatever's next to it. So you buy those expensive little fridge deodorizer gadgets and scented packs. Your grandmother just used baking soda. And here's the part most people get wrong. An open box shoved in the corner barely does anything once the surface dries out. The trick is to pour baking soda into a wide, shallow bowl or open container, so far more of it is exposed to the air, and swap it every 30 days or so. It doesn't mask the smell with perfume. It actually absorbs and neutralizes the odor molecules right out of the air. Your fridge stays genuinely fresh, and your food stops tasting like its neighbors. For an even bigger job, sprinkle some in the bottom of the trash can too. So your fridge is fresh. But number 10 is about a smell much closer to you. One that follows you around all day and you might not even realize is there. Number 10. The shoe and gym bag funk killer. Let's talk about the smell. Your shoes, your sneakers, the gym bag. That sharp, sour funk that hits you the second you take your shoes off. The smell you're scared someone else will notice at the door of every house you visit. You spray them, you stuff them in the closet, and the smell comes right back within a day. Here's why the sprays fail. The smell is bacteria living in the warm damp inside of your shoes, and a scented spray just covers it while the bacteria keep multiplying. Your grandmother went after the source. Sprinkle a couple of teaspoons of baking soda directly inside each shoe, give it a little shake to spread it around, and leave it overnight. It absorbs the moisture the bacteria need to survive and neutralizes the odor they've already made. In the morning, tap the powder out. The same trick works in gym bags, sports gear, and smelly drawers. The smell doesn't get covered, it gets eliminated for pennies. So that funk is handled. But number 9 is about a surface in your home you scrub on your hands and knees and still can't get clean, and the expensive sprays for it are mostly just fumes. Number 9. The gentle scrub that beats the harsh cleaners. Look at your sink, your stovetop, your bathtub, the grimy ring around the basin. That stuck-on, baked-on grime that regular wiping just slides right over. So you buy the heavy-duty scrubbing cleaners, the harsh, abrasive ones full of fumes that make you crack a window and wear gloves. Your grandmother did it gentler and cheaper. Baking soda is a mild abrasive, which means it's just gritty enough to scrub away stuck-on grime and grease without scratching the surface underneath. Sprinkle it onto a damp sponge or right onto the wet surface, scrub in little circles and rinse. It lifts the grime off sinks, stovetops, tubs, tile, and even stained coffee mugs and cookware, with no choking chemical smell and no scratches. For really stuck-on messes, make a paste with a little water, let it sit a few minutes, then scrub. It does the job of the harsh stuff without poisoning the air in your kitchen, so your surfaces are clean. But number 8 is about something in your home you walk on every day that's holding on to odours you can't scrub out. Number 8. The carpet refresher that costs almost nothing. Get down close to your carpet and smell it. That stale, settled-in smell, pet odour, spilled drinks, years of feet and dust and life ground into the fibres. No amount of vacuuming touches it, because the vacuum only pulls up the loose dirt, not the smell trapped deep down. So you buy those expensive carpet powders and sprays in the big containers, one scent after another. Your grandmother's version cost a few cents. Sprinkle baking soda generously all over the carpet. Really get it across the whole thing. Then, and this is the key step most people skip, let it sit for at least 15 minutes, or overnight for a bad smell, so it has time to actually absorb the odour down in the fibres. Then vacuum it all up. It pulls the trapped smell out with it, leaving the carpet genuinely fresh instead of just perfumed over. It works the same on upholstery, mattresses, and pet beds. One quick note, make sure the carpet is dry before you sprinkle and vacuum it all up well, so your carpets are fresh. But number 7. This is the one I promised would send you to the bathroom, and it's about something you do every single morning. Number 7. The teeth whitening secret that costs pennies. Look at your teeth in the mirror. Years of coffee, tea, red wine, and everyday food have left them looking dull and yellowed. So you buy the expensive whitening toothpastes, the strips, the kits, and you know exactly what those cost, and it's not cheap. Here's the secret your grandmother knew. Baking soda is a gentle abrasive and a natural whitener, and it's actually one of the active ingredients in a lot of those pricey whitening toothpastes you're paying a premium for. Dip a damp toothbrush into a little baking soda, or mix it into a paste with a few drops of water, and gently brush for a minute or two, then rinse well. It buffs away the surface stains that dull your smile, and helps neutralise the acids that cause bad breath at the same time. One important caution, and please don't skip it, because it's abrasive. Use this gently and only a couple of times a week, not every single day, so you don't wear down your enamel over time. Used sensibly, it brightens your smile for pennies, so your smile's brighter. But number 6 is about a part of your kitchen that's quietly become one of the dirtiest, smelliest spots in your house. Number 6. The drain and garbage disposal deodorizer. Lean over your kitchen sink and you might catch it. A sour, funky smell drifting up out of the drain. Bits of food and grease have built up down in there, rotting, and no amount of running water washes the smell away. So you buy those expensive drain deodorizer products, or worse, the harsh chemical cleaners with the warning labels. Your grandmother kept it simple and safe. Pour about half a cup of baking soda down the drain, then chase it with a cup of warm white vinegar. You'll hear it fizz and foam up. That bubbling reaction scrubs the inside of the drain, breaking loose the gunk and neutralizing the smell as it goes. Let it work for 10 or 15 minutes, then flush it down with a kettle of hot water. For a garbage disposal, the baking soda deodorizes it and helps scrub the blades clean. It freshens the whole drain without a single harsh chemical for pennies. And it pairs perfectly with the vinegar tricks your grandmother also swore by. So your drain's fresh. But number 5 is about your laundry, and a secret that makes your cheap detergent work harder than the expensive stuff. Number 5. The laundry booster that makes detergent work better. Your whites look grey. Your towels feel stiff. Your clothes come out smelling fine but not really clean, and the sweat-stained collars and underarms never come fully white no matter how much detergent you pour in. So you keep buying pricier and pricier detergent, hoping one finally works. Here's what your grandmother knew. Add half a cup of baking soda to your wash along with your normal detergent. It balances the water and helps the detergent work at full strength, so your whites come out brighter and your clothes actually smell clean instead of just masked. It naturally softens the water and the fabric, which means you can often use less detergent and skip the fabric softener entirely. For set-in sweat stains and underarm yellowing, make a paste of baking soda and a little water. Rub it right into the stain, let it sit, then wash. It turns your cheap detergent into something that finally performs. Exactly the way Grandma got more out of less. So your laundry's handled. But number 4, this is the one that explains the whole game and why your grandmother kept this box close and trusted it over everything under the sink. Number 4, the all-purpose cleaner that replaces half your cabinet. Go open the cabinet under your sink and count the bottles. Counter spray, bathroom cleaner, scrubbing cleaner, deodorizing spray, each marketed for one job, each with its own price tag. Here's the connection the companies really don't want you making, the one your grandmother understood instinctively. One box of baking soda replaces most of them. Dissolve a few tablespoons in warm water for a gentle all-purpose cleaning spray that wipes down counters, appliances and sinks. Use it as a paste for scrubbing tough spots. Sprinkle it dry to deodorize. It cleans, it scrubs, it absorbs odors, and it does it all without harsh fumes or a shelf of separate products. $1 box doing the job of an entire row of single-purpose bottles you've been buying for years. And that's the whole story, really. There's not much profit in a $1 box that lasts for months and does a dozen jobs. There's a lot of profit in selling you 7 different bottles instead. Your grandmother wasn't being old-fashioned, she just never fell for it. Now stay with me, because number 3 is about a fire hazard sitting in your kitchen that your grandmother knew exactly how to handle. Number 3, the kitchen safety trick that could save your home. This is one your grandmother knew that could genuinely matter one day. Picture a small grease fire flaring up in a pan on the stove. It happens fast, and the worst thing you can do is throw water on it, which makes it explode and spread. In that panic, most people don't know what to reach for. Your grandmother did. Baking soda smothers a small grease fire. When it heats up, it releases carbon dioxide, which starves the small flames of the oxygen they need to burn. For a small, contained grease fire in a pan, dumping a generous amount of baking soda on it can put it out. Keep a box within reach of your stove, just like she did. Now, an important reality check. This is only for small contained fires, you need a real amount of it, and if a fire is spreading at all, you get out and call the fire department. No hesitation. But for the little flare-up, that humble box has been a kitchen safety tool for generations. Beyond fires, the same box freshens and scrubs the stovetop where those grease splatters build up in the first place. So that's a safety secret worth keeping. But number 2. This is the one people get genuinely angry about not knowing, because it's a problem they've thrown real money at, over and over. Number 2. The stain pre-soak that saves clothes you'd throw out. Here's the one that stings. How many shirts have you thrown away over a stain? How much have you spent on those little stain remover sticks and sprays that half work and run out in a month? The wine, the grease, the grass, the sweat, the kids' messes, the stains that set in and never come out no matter how many washes. You've been treating ruined clothes as garbage. Your grandmother knew they didn't have to be. Baking soda is a powerful, gentle stain pre-treat. For a fresh stain, make a thick paste of baking soda and water and work it right into the mark, letting it sit for 15 to 30 minutes, or longer for a stubborn one, so it can draw the stain up out of the fibres. Then wash as normal. For a deeper soak, dissolve a half cup in a basin of warm water and let the stained item sit in it before washing. It lifts a huge range of stains so your regular wash can finish the job. The math is brutal when you do it. A few cents of baking soda against all the clothes you've replaced and all the stain products you've burned through. So that's your wardrobe saved. But number 1, this is the big one. The secret that ties everything together and best explains why your grandmother kept that box closer than almost anything else in the kitchen. Number 1, the odor absorber that beats every air freshener ever made. Here's the truth underneath all 11 of these. Most of what you spray to make your home smell nice doesn't remove a single bad smell. It just stacks a fake perfume on top of it. The musty smell, the pet smell, the cooking smell, the funk in the closet. It's all still there underneath, and an hour later you're reaching for the can again. That's the business model. A smell you can never kill is a product you buy forever. Your grandmother never fell for it because she understood the one thing that makes baking soda special. It doesn't mask odors. It chemically absorbs and neutralizes them. That's the secret the whole video has been building to. A bowl of it in a musty room, a sprinkle in the trash can, a box in the closet, in the car, in the gym bag, in the laundry hamper, under the sink. Anywhere a bad smell lives, baking soda quietly pulls it out of the air instead of covering it up. One cheap box, deodorizing your entire home, the way it deodorized hers. And one quick note before we finish. Baking soda is about as safe and gentle as a household helper gets, which is exactly why your grandmother trusted it everywhere. But it's still a mild abrasive, so go gentle on soft surfaces and delicate finishes, test a hidden spot when you're unsure, and keep it sensible on your teeth. Used smart, it's one of the most useful dollar things you'll ever own. And that's the whole story of baking soda, and exactly why your grandmother knew it and you forgot. All from one little box that costs about $1 and lasts for months. And the wild part? This is just the start. That same box has a whole list of other secrets I didn't even get to today, including a couple I think your grandmother knew that would genuinely surprise you. And that's it from this video. See you in the next one.